Hey friends, Dennis the Prescott here. I'm a chef from the East Coast of Canada. I've used Vitamix my entire career and a new product just showed up on my doorstep. I cannot wait to open it. So let's talk about Vitamix for a little bit. I've had experience with Vitamix for so many years. Last year I shot a show on Netflix, Restaurants on the Edge, and I used a Vitamix almost every single location that we went. Of course, I also use one in my home. Whether I'm making my smoothie in the morning after a workout or my soup at night for dinner, Vitamix is incomparable to other things on the market. It's so much better. It just lasts so much longer, and it literally makes the cooking process a lot easier. You don't need to be a professional chef for this to literally add so much enjoyment to your kitchen at home. But if you're cooking for tons and tons of people like I do, it just makes your life so much better. Obviously, I cannot wait to open this up to see what they have in store, because every time Vitamix puts out a new product, you know they change the game. They want to make you as a home cook more equipped to serve people in your home and at your table. So let's open this up, let's get this started. So here's the thing. I already opened these boxes out of, you know how everything comes in a box, but then it comes in another box? We took the other box off the box. So I know what they sent. I cannot tell you how excited I am for this. Check this out. So, this Vitamix right here, the A3500, they also sent this stainless steel container. Of course, chances are, I need to open it, that they've got a plastic container in here, which is what I've always used, love them. Really excited to see what the stainless steel option is as well. But the pièce de résistance, the thing I'm so excited about, right here we've got the food processor attachment. So this is a brand new product for Vitamix to put out. Once you have this A35 or whatever Vitamix attachment that you have in the Ascent series, you're gonna be able to use the food processor attachment and pop that right onto here, and you get a BOGO, you get 2-in-1 basically, where you're not having to buy a food processor. I use a food processor honestly, at least once, if not 2 or 3 times a day when I cook. I use it all the time. I think people don't recognize what the difference is between a blender attachment and a food processor. They're so different what they can do. If you want that food processor, you want a beautiful pesto, you want to break down veggies, you want to shred cheese, you want to make peanut butter. There's so many things you can do in this, and obviously it's going to change the game. So let's crack on, let's open this, and then we'll move on from there. So this Vitamix, I've had a Vitamix, I've had them forever, but the one I've had right now, I've probably had for about 4 years. It's perfect. I'm still gonna use that Vitamix, but I'm just gonna pair this up alongside it. It's gonna make my life so much easier. I love how on this box it says your passport to culinary adventure, just because I love to travel, I love to go all over the world and eat new foods and explore, and also the packaging is just beautiful. So, I love that, because who doesn't love beautiful packaging? Let's give this an open here. It's like Christmas. So of course, we've got our trusty container here. Definitely nicer than the one that I have. Definitely an upgrade already, I can see. Beautiful, huge capacity. It's got like an 8-cup capacity in this. So really anything that you're cooking, whether it's a smoothie in the morning or a massive batch of soup, you're gonna be able to do this in that dough. And of course, we've got our tamper here. I love that Vitamix includes a book as well, a whole cookbook with different recipes. That's so cool. All right. Whew. You know what I love about Vitamix? You know that it's quality because it is heavy and it is built to last. And even that blender, like I said, the one that I have currently, it's pretty new. It does not look like this. This is an obvious upgrade. I love that on these blender attachments too, it comes in 2 pieces, really high quality. If you're making a vinaigrette, a sauce, something like that, mayonnaise, and you want to drizzle olive oil into this while it's slowly running, you've got that on there. So this is open. If not, and you want it closed off, if you're doing a hot soup, something along those lines, you want to close that off, of course, so you don't get tomato soup all over your kitchen ceiling. And I love that this just pops on like this. No screwing, no worrying about, pops on, pops off. The other thing is, and it kind of goes without saying, is Vitamixes are just beautiful. They look great in your kitchen. That doesn't make the product necessarily work better. Of course, this works as best as it possibly can, but it also looks really, really great. So let's move this off to the side. I'm just gonna put this over here for now. I'm so excited about this, you have no idea. How many kitchens have a Vitamix or some other product and then also a food processor? It takes up a lot of room. I'm using my Vitamix and I'm using a food processor on a daily basis every time that I cook. And this is really gonna change. It makes something tasty. That's what it says right here, and that's what we're about to do. All right, so let's pull this out here. Just lose this box. All right. So what I love about this is, like, obviously it's built to last just like any other Vitamix product. And these S blades are so great. If you've used a Vitamix in the past, you know how those blades work. I've never used a product that blends like a Vitamix. So I know, I've not even used this yet. I'm literally seeing it for the very first time, holding it for the first time. I know that it's gonna shred, that it's gonna pulse, that it's gonna do its thing and process food perfectly. And I know that this is gonna be absolutely as sharp as a tack. And of course, they've got these other blade attachments. What I love is that they've included these finger holes in here so you can pick this up, you're safe, you're not worried about cutting yourself, no worries there. You know, a lot of people are in the kitchen these days with their family, with their kids. They want to make sure that everything is as safe as possible. Of course, that helps the kitchen process to be as safe as possible. Safety is fun. The more fun we have in the kitchen, the better. The safer we are, the more we're gonna have fun. That just goes without saying. What I love mostly as well, you know, about this product is that it is gonna pop on to the Vitamix just the same way that the container did. Easy. Pop it on quickly, pop it off quickly, and any way that you like, turn it around, it's gonna pop on perfectly. So, you know, if you've used a food processor in the past, often they're very, very difficult to put on the base. Just the container attachment to get that put on the base is super, super hard. It's honestly pretty frustrating, and sometimes means that I just don't take the food processor out and I leave it in the cupboard and I just work around it. Maybe I chop everything up, maybe I put it in the blender and I just lose some of that beautiful texture just to avoid the inconvenience of it. So I love that this makes life so much more convenient. It doesn't take up that much room, so you can store this under the kitchen cabinet. You're not gonna worry about that. You're not gonna run out of space. I have a lot of equipment that honestly sometimes takes up way too much space under the counter, and then I don't bring it out, or it goes in the basement and it stays there and it never leaves. This, easy to find a home for, and you could even put this on the counter and leave it there all the time if you're using it, and it won't even take up too much space that way. Also, of course, washing up is one of the biggest things that happens in the kitchen on a daily basis. You can see that there's a lot of different parts, a lot of moving parts that are happening here, and the great thing is all of these parts are dishwasher safe. That is amazing, to not have to spend hours at the sink washing up. I like that. I know you like that. Of course, at the end of this, we're gonna cook, because there's no way I'm not gonna use these products right away. So I'm really excited specifically about this. I'm already thinking of the ways that I can use this and put it to work so that we're using it in as many ways as possible. So let's put this off to the side. We've got one more box to open, and then we're gonna get to the cooking. So we're gonna pop this over to the side just for a minute. The last little box that we have here, I'm really excited about. It's a stainless steel container. So, you know, I love the idea of having a second attachment, a second container, and of course, anything, oh yes. Yes, please, and thank you very much. So I'm excited about this. It's built like a tank. You know, you could probably throw this out of an airplane. It'd still be okay. You'd use it the next morning for your smoothies. I'm really excited as well because I have a second container. That for me is so awesome, because often I'm using the Vitamix more than once in a recipe, definitely multiple times throughout the day as I'm cooking. Dishwasher safe, of course, just like all the other Vitamix products. So this is great. I cannot even tell you how excited I am to put these to good use. We need to cook, we need to make something. I wanna use all of these different attachments during the cooking process. Food processor attachment though, that is gonna be the hero, the king, the star of the show today. So we're gonna make a beautiful salmon burger. That's gonna go right into our food processor to break down. We're also gonna make a fennel and cabbage slaw in the food processor. And then in the traditional Vitamix container, we're gonna make a basil vinaigrette, beautiful, tastes like those garden herbs that we're all growing this year. That on a toasty brioche bun is gonna be absolute heaven. we're gonna get the patties all ready to go. The only thing we've done really to, so far is we've got our food processor attachment here. We've got our S-blade all ready to go. And of course, we've taken all the skin off of our salmon fillet. So then that is just gonna be beautiful and easy to break down. So we're gonna go right into the food processor with our salmon. And of course, if you don't have salmon, you've got trout, that works. Really the best thing to do, go to the local fishmonger, find out what's local, fresh, and delicious, and that will work if you need to sub out the fish you're using for this recipe. Of course, salmon is from the east coast of Canada, where I'm from, so that's why we're using it today. So we're going in there with that. We've got some spring onions here. Just take the ends off the spring onions. Just give this a nice chop. The food processor is gonna do all the work in breaking that down. So right in here, and seafood and tarragon are best friends in the whole world. So we're gonna go in here, some beautiful tarragon. We're gonna make these burgers full, just packed full of garden herbs today. Really brings out a lot of flavor, of course. I'm gonna go in with dill as well. Dill and seafood, of course, just like tarragon, absolute best friends in the world. And last, we've got some flat leaf parsley. Give that a nice rip. So next we're gonna go in here with some lemon juice. We're gonna hit this with some panko breadcrumbs, mayonnaise, Dijon mustard, and salt and pepper, of course, and give that a nice mix, and then we're gonna form them into our patties. All right, so we are good to go. Basically, we just need to take these, form them into our burger patties. That attachment top snaps on there so rock solid tight. I love that. It's not going anywhere. It is built top quality. Anyway, so we're gonna take this out, we're gonna form them into burger patties. We want nice and thick salmon burger patties, and we want them to be slightly bigger than the width of our burger buns, of course, because burgers shrink as they cook, and we wanna make sure everyone gets a delicious mouthful. Okay, so we're all washed up on there, quick and easy. Job 1 done with the food processor. Now on to job 2 with the food processor. So we've got our number 2, our thin slice attachment. We're gonna go right on here. Fits like a glove. And what we're doing here basically is we're breaking down our veggies. So in our food processor, we're gonna break down half a head of red cabbage. We're gonna go in with some fennel as well. That's gonna go into our bowl, then we'll make our slaw, and after that, we'll move on to the basil vinaigrette. Beautiful, so veggies all broken down. And I love how quick and easy. Often I feel like breaking down veggies takes a long time. If you're not used to that, if you're not spending all day, with a knife in hand in the kitchen, chopping veggies can be a little bit of a laborsome thing. This takes all of the effort out of it. Easy, you saw that, you just put it in here. And look how perfectly chopped that these are. So in this bowl, we're gonna go in with some olive oil, we're gonna go in with maple syrup, we're gonna go in with red wine vinegar, season that up as well, a little bit of lemon on top just to add some freshness, and then we're gonna move on to the basil vinaigrette. The last thing we're gonna do is put together a basil vinaigrette. What I love about this sauce, this vinaigrette, is honestly, you can mix it up any way you like. I love basil, it's probably my favorite herb. I always grow it in the summertime and I have a ton of it. What I do love about this vinaigrette though is whatever herb you have available, if you wanna mix it up, as long as it's a soft herb, you can do that. So really make it your own. So that's what we're gonna do. So we've got our container here. We're just gonna pop that off. We are gonna go in here with the shallot. So just break that down a little bit. So roughly chop this shallot. So we're gonna go in there with about 4 cloves of garlic, and then we're gonna pop in about 2 cups of basil. Like I said, if you have something other than basil, you can mix it up. But this one specifically, basil is where we're gonna go. Then hit that with a little bit of red wine vinegar, maple, and then olive oil. Season it up with salt and pepper. Of course, olive oil we're gonna drizzle in until it all emulsifies. And when that happens, we're gonna set it to the side. The only thing we have left after that is to fry our burger, get our bun nice and toasty, and ready to plate up. I cannot tell you how good that it smells in here. Super quick, really easy to throw together thanks to these incredible Vitamix products. So what we're gonna do, we've got a nice, beautiful brioche bun here. A little bit of this basil vinaigrette. Nice hearty portion. Super golden brown all over, love that. On top of this slaw, the combination of fennel, cabbage with the maple, lemon, a little bit of mayo, it's delicious, really easy. Again, and of course, chopped up in that Vitamix food processor just made life so much easier for us today. I'm making big burgers today. I'm celebrating. We're not doing a side dish with this, so go heavy with that. And then lastly, we're gonna top this with a little bit more of the basil vinaigrette on top. And the last thing is just to eat up. That is so good. The combination of the basil vinaigrette, the burger itself, the brioche bun, the slaw, all of it incredible. All of it made really easy using these incredible Vitamix products. Be sure to head to Vitamix.com and sign up for the rewards program to take advantage of all the exclusive membership benefits. And thanks again for watching today. Thanks to Vitamix. I hope you guys have a great day. I have a burger to finish, so I'm gonna take care of this.